What do we have for Pisces? Temperance, Sag energy at the foundation of the reading, Pisces. The downloads that I've been getting for you have something to do with you speaking some sort of truth. It's as if you are starting to speak about something, or you're starting to ask about something, and this is making somebody very uncomfortable. It's as if there's somebody in your energy that wants to keep something buried. Now, there's obviously many different ways that this can show up in your life, but you actually speaking about this, you actually expressing yourself in some capacity in regards to this is all related to your purpose. Temperance at the foundation. This is an energy of alignment. It's an energy of purpose. And what I'm really picking up here, I feel, Pisces, that you're going through some sort of awakening in your life. And when we go through these awakenings, ones of the spiritual kind, we have a tendency to really go in and start doing a lot of inner child healing. A lot of things unearth themselves. We start to have a lot of realizations. We start to face off with a lot of truths that maybe we didn't want to face off with before. For example, you may have gone through some things in your childhood that have been buried for a very long time, and you're finding that in order to ascend, in order to awaken, in order to align with your destiny and purpose, you actually have to speak about these things. You actually have to face these things. You can't hide from these things anymore. And this is making somebody in your energy very uncomfortable, Pisces, which is telling me that it may be something pretty serious that you're starting to speak about, okay? And Pisces, I know all too well how this energy goes, all right? But all I can tell you is it's very important you keep pressing down this path. Do not allow any of these individuals to try and scare you. Do not allow any of these individuals to make you think you're going crazy, and definitely do not allow any of these individuals to gaslight you and tell you that these things never happened. Because the more you start digging in to this sort of childhood wounding, the more you will start to see that all the individuals connected to that shadow energy that you're holding on to are actually living some sort of lie. These individuals want to think that this never took place. Let's keep going here. What do we have at the sacral, please? Oh, wow. Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And this represents these individuals, right? It's like they're watching you speak about this. Express yourself. Now, an example of this would be you going through some sort of spiritual awakening and you're creating things based off of that, right? Podcasting, maybe you have a YouTube platform, maybe you're an influencer, something like this. You're just speaking about your life experience is what it comes down to. And these individuals cannot deal with it, right? But it's almost like you're in this position now where you're becoming untouchable. It's as if they are scared to even try and face you because you could actually speak about that too, right? And this is really going to illuminate these individuals' true colors to you, Pisces. Okay, I feel like you are being put in a position by the universe to do this. There's things that you've experienced in your life that people need to hear about, all right? There's a lot of healing that can be had merely by speaking your truth. And, you know, I actually think that all of us have the capacity to do this, and I think it's very important that each and every one of us does this in our own custom way, right? But I feel that our experiences, our struggles are all related to where we're actually supposed to be heading in our life. You know, doing this is no easy task, so you're essentially facing your fears. And they always say that your success is right on the other side of those fears. And this is exactly what I'm picking up here for you, Pisces. So it's very important you keep charging forward in this direction. Don't succumb to any of these fear tactics. It doesn't matter what any of these people say. Yes, they are all gossiping. Yes, they are all talking amongst themselves. Let them. Okay, all it's doing is exposing more truth to you. Pisces, just take notes. That's all you really need to do. The divine definitely has your back with this temperance at the foundation. You've been put in this amazing position to put a lot of meaning behind these really dark struggles you've been through in your life, however that may show up for you. Okay, so I really feel that this is something that has been building up. It's as if you've been feeling this coming, right? You know, it could be you burying all of this shadow energy, but there's always been like this nagging sort of sensation surrounding some of these things, psychologically speaking, right? You always knew that these things were holding you back, but I feel that fear really consumed you and stopped you from being able to speak your truth. But in saying that, Pisces, this is the process that individuals go through to get to this point that you're at now. You have to go through that phase of feeling that nagging, psychologically speaking, to get to this phase now. It's all a part of this process that you're now going to put into your truth. And Pisces, I feel that all of this has been triggered, right, recently. Probably this year is when things really started taking a turn, but it's as if you just got to a point where you were fed up, quite possibly with some individuals in your life. People always talking about things they were going to do, but never did them. And then you just kind of got to the point where you're like, is this how the rest of my life is going to look? Am I just going to live a lie like the rest of these people? Are we just going to keep burying what happened here? Or are we going to discuss this and heal it? Because it's getting to the point where it's becoming so calcified, it's actually doing far more damage not talking about this, not exposing this truth, not getting to the bottom of these issues, the problem at hand, not getting to this healing. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. Not getting to this healing, and we get the Queen of Cups. So this has been happening. I mean, it usually happens in all of my readings, but it's been happening in all of the most recent zodiac sign readings. I just feel this series of readings I'm doing right now for December are just perfectly tapped in to the collective energy, because it's as if I speak about the energies and the card falls out. So Queen of Cups, this is all about healing. Okay? Here you are. You're healing yourself now. You understand that this is a necessary process to get to the next phase in your life. You're not allowing these people to distract you anymore from what's truly important. You're not allowing these people to keep you engaged in this lie. You don't want to be a part of this emotional drama anymore. And you know, emotional drama can also be when you do not discuss issues, when you don't get to the bottom and heal certain aspects, right? There's still drama existing there, right? It's just not being spoken about. It's being buried. So it's still essentially emotional drama. It still exists. So just because people aren't saying something doesn't mean the drama doesn't exist. It's just been buried. It's been covered over. It's been swept under the rug. I literally just saw somebody in my mind's eye sweeping dust underneath the rug. And this is also your energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, water energy at that solar plexus. So your solar plexus all related to your personal power. So this is how you're finding your purpose, the meaning in your life. Standing in your own personal power is by doing this healing. Getting to the core of yourself, Pisces, working through all of this shadow energy and getting to the task at hand the rest of your life. You know, you really don't know how much you're sacrificing the quality of your life until you get on this path. You look back and it's almost frightening that you didn't see this sooner, because what's on the other side of you actually taking the steps to begin this healing is a whole other life. It's the life you're supposed to be living. Until you do this, you're essentially living underneath some sort of black cloud, right? And Pisces, I feel that for all of you, I'm getting a lot of ringing in my ears right now, so I feel what I'm about to say is correct. You were born into this. So it's like being born between parents who have never done healing, right? They just bury things and then they expect their children to do the same. And in a sense, they don't really know any better, okay? They're just not as evolved. And Pisces, that's not really your problem, okay? When it comes to your own healing, all you can do is worry about yourself. And if other people have a problem with that, well, that is just a really clear indication and a confirmation that you are on the right path. Because if people were supportive of you becoming the best you can possibly be by getting to the core of yourself, getting to this healing, they wouldn't have any problem with you unearthing this darkness that involves a lot of these people. You know, I'm picking up a lot of narcissistic abuse here, Pisces. You know, this could have been stuff that you've dealt with throughout your life, and now you're talking about it and people don't like it. Well, you know what? Too bad, okay? Everybody makes mistakes. And the best thing any of these people can do in this situation, and it would be very empowering to them as well, is to take accountability for their own missteps, which I feel that all of you are doing as well, and get on the path to healing. Become somebody of influence, right? See, people who can actually take accountability have an amazing opportunity to put themselves in a position of influence and power. Try and help other individuals that also need to take accountability. But unfortunately, Pisces, this is all a part of this cycle of narcissistic abuse. It's like it's psychological, like a psychological disease. And it's fueled by ego and hate. You know, a lot of us were born into these dynamics, and we go throughout our life and we start to realize that perhaps these behavioral patterns don't serve us, right? So we start to break out of those patterns. When we start to break out of those patterns, we start to realize, wow, I was starting to take on some of my parents' narcissism, right? So this is you saving yourself from that. Now, if you get this soon enough, then you can stop that narcissism from solidifying itself within you, okay? So I feel that people can break out of that cycle of becoming the narcissist. The world we live in, just about everybody picks up these traits growing up inside our everyday waking life. It's pretty much inevitable. But your realization of what these traits are and breaking them as you start to see them develop is key here. You know, I remember a number of years ago when I had my first spiritual awakening. I had several over the course of 10 years. And one of the first ones I had what I call a spiritual walk-in, where it's almost as if I had this outer body experience and I was looking at myself from a higher vantage point. And I witnessed a behavior in myself from this other vantage point. And when I saw it from that perspective, I was able to break out of that pattern, right? So essentially, looking at myself through the eyes of the universe allowed me to break out of some patterns that were not serving my highest good. It was very scary. It was very emotional. I did not like it at all, but I was able to see myself in a light that I was totally disgusted by. And from that moment forward, a lot of things in my life changed. I don't know what triggered that to happen. All I can really think is that God came into my life and really gave me a helping hand in that moment. And moving forward, I was able to use that particular tool, right? Removing myself from my current set of circumstances, looking at my life from this higher perspective to break out of a lot of patterns in my life. And I do speak about this in my readings a lot, okay? So I would highly recommend you utilize this, Pisces, as well, to try and break out of any sort of patterns that might not be serving your highest good, right? If you're having a difficult time making a decision in your life, just find yourself in a very peaceful place and close your eyes and look at your life through the eyes of the universe, through the eyes of God, and then think about how God would want you to move, okay? Or God would want you to react, or God would want you to act, or whatever it may be you're going through. And this will have a profound effect on helping you awaken to any sort of behavioral patterns that are not serving your highest good here, okay? And when you can actually do this without judging yourself and without the fear of what other people may think for you, you have no idea how empowered this will actually make you, Pisces. I just heard there's nothing to be ashamed of. Oh, wow. The moon, Pisces, that is your energy at the heart. This reading's going pretty deep. I'm getting a lot going on with the subconscious mind now. Like I was saying, things that have been buried that you need to unearth right now. I just heard the divine is preparing you for 2024. So they're just trying to break you out of any of these sort of patterns, dissolve any sort of residual energies here. There's also messages coming to you in your dreams. Pay attention. It's going to be hard to make sense of these messages, but I think the overall theme of those dreams is to let you know you are supported and you are being healed on the spiritual plane. This moon is really speaking about everything we're picking up here. You expressing struggles you've been through in your life. This is all a part of your path, Pisces. See, everything you go through in your life, Pisces, because you're the higher mind, right? Pisces energy. Most, if not everything that comes on your path is going to try and distract you from that, right? Distract you from your relationship to your higher self and the divine. You'll come across a lot of people that speak down on your faith, make fun of your spirituality, something like this. Pisces, I don't think you guys can hear it, but one of my owls is outside the window right now. And that owl hasn't been there for a little while. And it's really interesting that it showed up for your reading. I'm doing your reading at a time that I usually don't do readings. It's early evening. You know, Pisces, I always use the example of Scorpio when I'm trying to explain to all of you how individuals will try and bring out the worst in you to keep you from your highest good, okay? So Scorpio is the zodiac sign of transformation. It's the phoenix rising from the ashes, okay? So Scorpios, I'm a Scorpio, so I can speak from experience, we'll go through our lives surrounded by people who don't want us to be the best we can possibly be. They do whatever they can to stop us from transforming, because a lot of a Scorpio's transformation also has to do with speaking about all the dark, uncomfortable things that they experienced throughout their life that has all been buried in these dark corners of the subconscious mind, okay? So it's like you really need to break through all of that inner childhood wounding, right? This is what is really being emphasized here. There's a mass awakening taking place inside the Pisces collective right now. I can feel it. You're being prepared for something extraordinary, Pisces. So you must know that this uncomfortable feeling that you're going through, being engaged in the process of doing what I'm picking up here, is all for a reason. You're very much needed. Your truth is needed. I don't think you can even begin to imagine how impactful this is going to be. What do we have at the throat, please? Oh, wow. Wheel of Fortune, Sag energy at the throat. This is your destiny, Pisces. Your truth is your destiny. Your truth is your purpose. Your truth is how you unlock the doors to this new life cycle. Your truth is your awakening. You need to stop worrying about how other people feel about that. That's not your problem. They can take that up with God. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that that's actually going to be what happens. They know that once you step through this doorway into this new life cycle, Wheel of Fortune at the throat, speaking your truth, right? Communicating whatever this is here, the wheel will turn. Devil, snake on the bottom of the wheel, and they will have to face the divine. It's the law of the universe. The scales have to tip. This is evolution. Your destiny will be fulfilled. Nothing can stand in the way of this. Only you. Only you. There's so much connected to this, Pisces. See, these individuals want you to be motivated by guilt, Pisces, as opposed to being motivated by your purpose, by your destiny. They always want you to feel like you've done something wrong. This is you starting each day thinking that you have to make up for something you've done. See, this is also a form of narcissistic abuse. You will be the subject of this narcissistic abuse, but they'll make you feel like you're the one that's done something wrong. It's how they keep you engaged in this cycle. It's how they keep you under their thumb and control you so you don't speak your truth. But I will say this, Pisces, it's going to be different for all of you out there, but be aware. Okay? That when I say that you're going to see these people's true colors, when you start speaking your truth, some of these people are going to completely lose the plot. See, narcissists will do anything and everything to keep their secrets and their lies hidden and buried, no matter what the consequences are. And again, I can speak from experience here. What do we have at the third eye, please? Wow. Ace of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the third eye. And I just felt this shift in energy. It's starting to feel lighter, okay? So now I feel like I'm starting to pick up on you on the other side of this energy, on the other side of this wheel turning and you stepping through this portal, right? So the fear has been dispelled and now you're in this Ace of Wands energy. Okay, it's an energy of inspiration. It's an energy of courage. It's an energy of power. This is you not worrying about what anybody thinks or says about what you're doing. You're speaking your truth, no matter how that looks in anybody else's life. It's not your problem. You are these individuals' Pandora's box, and they've invested a lot of time into keeping you in some sort of illusion here, Pisces. There's major purpose attached to this truth. Wow. Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy at the crown. Right? It's like an energy of juggling with the truth. Should I or shouldn't I? Right? This is how you've been your entire life. It's like a karmic cycle, a karmic loop, right? Knowing that the only way to get to the other side is to speak your truth. This is big energy I'm picking up here. I just heard the divine wants you to make waves, right? It's time. You're very protected. God's got your back. And everything that you have always hoped and wished for in regards to this vision you have for your life, Pisces, is directly on the other side of this, okay? It's on the other side of truth. What do we have at the foundation, please? Wow. Magician. Baphomet. Gemini, Virgo energy at the foundation of the reading. This is an energy of manipulation. It's an energy that's always focused on scattering your energy, so to speak, keeping you in this place of confusion. I'm picking up on heavy energy manipulation in this reading. Magician at the foundation. I read this as magician in its negative polarity and moon at the heart. This is like keeping somebody in some sort of waking fantasy that the truth was something you made up in your mind, that it never actually happened. Oh, that never happened, Pisces. You just imagined those things. Oh. Some of these people may have even said this to you. A monumental amount of gaslighting, right? And I feel that this all goes back to an individual in your life, Pisces, a very abusive individual. I'm going to use this as an example because I'm being called to, but it's like somebody who goes through some form of physical or psychological abuse when they're a child at the hands of one of their parents. And as they get older, they start to talk about this, and the parent flat out says, oh, that never happened. You must have imagined that, right? This is what I'm talking about here. And some people will actually believe their own lie because there's something going on there psychologically with them, okay? So it's like they're trying to make you a part of their psychological illness in saying that the truth never took place. Don't engage with this, Pisces, and do not enable this kind of behavior. The best thing you can do for people like this, whether it may look this way in the current moment, is speak the truth. You can never go wrong with speaking the truth. It always leads to some form of healing. Wow. And I have 7 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, and the 7 of Wands from this deck is the card of black magic. What do we have at the sacral, please? 5 of Swords, Aquarius energy, Sabnuk at the sacral. It says on this card, builds high towers, okay? And afflicts men for many days with wounds full of rot and maggots, right? So it's like this person wants you to live their lie, and they want to build a high tower. I just heard an ivory tower that they can hide in and pretend like this never happened. This is the individual or individuals that's watching you. Page of Swords at the sacral. Sacral is all related to your creativity, your passion, your optimism, your drive forward now. You're creating something out of this pain. Ace of Wands at the third eye. this Five of Swords is also representing you needing to terminate any sort of connections you have with these people. You need to bring an end to all these unhealthy relationships in your life. Push forward with the divine on this path that they've carved out for you. These people can't go with you. They're not meant to go with you. This is not any sort of, there's no sort of love here from these people. I don't care if they're your family, whatever this is for you Pisces, this is not real love, okay? Real love is the connection you have with the divine. Real love is you healing from this and you giving that healing back to the collective based off of your wisdom and experience in overcoming this dark cycle in your life. You just need to say the word, Pisces. And it's like right here, you're looking, you're like, I don't know. I mean, right? You see all this healing. You see this new life cycle. The divine has handed it to you, Pisces. We have this for you. But this is what you have to do. This is how you have to move. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy, Zagan at the solar plexus. These individuals are trying to do everything they can to mess with your focus. It's like they want you to give up on yourself. And for some of you, it could even be that you witnessed something and these individuals know that you saw something. They know that you have their secrets buried down inside of you, right? That Pandora's box energy again, and you're being called to speak about this. So they're starting to give me many different examples now of how this can be showing up. I feel that from the beginning of the reading up until now, they've been taking me into a really deep depth, right? Back to some of your childhoods. But now this can even speak about things happening in your present day, things you've witnessed that you need to speak about. It doesn't have to be things that are that buried from years and years ago. It could be even more present day. You just take it as it fits for you. But however this resonates for you, Pisces, there's a lot waiting for you on the other side of some sort of truth here that you need to speak. But the way you do it is in a very creative way, right? So, real basic example is you start a support group, you start a podcast, you write a song, you write a book, or whatever, anything you're being called to do specifically. It's just you getting it out of you in a creative way that gives back to the collective. And you don't worry about all the little details about things. A lot of the times when people are going through these similar cycles and they're being called to do these things, they start to worry about like, okay, well, how do I make sure that a lot of people hear what I'm doing? Don't even focus on that. You need to let the divine take care of all those details, okay? You just create, do what you're being called to do, and then keep pushing forward, and the divine will handle the rest the way it's meant to be handled, okay? Whether it's 5 people hearing what it is that you put out there, or whether it's 5,000 people, that doesn't even matter. And when you start to understand this, it should really take the pressure off of things, okay? This is something I had to learn, all right? Right before launching my YouTube channel, I was concerned. I was like, well, I don't want to start a channel and nobody watches my videos. That would be kind of embarrassing. But then I just kind of got over it. I really don't know what it was, but I just got to the point where I just didn't even care anymore. I was like, you know what? If one person watches my video and I get 1 like, then I will be so happy, okay? And that mindset, I feel, is key here because it puts you in a space of creating from the heart, okay? What do we have at the heart? Creating from the heart. Wow. Citry, Ace of Swords, indiscretion, and untruth. See, and this really goes along with what I just said, right? This is Ace of Swords in its negative polarity. So it's an energy of stress, right? Like overthinking everything, thinking about all the details, worrying about if any efforts you make are going to be well received. Just don't even worry about all that. Take it off the table. And see, all of this is the type of energy that these people may be projecting onto you. Oh, nobody's going to listen to you, right? Oh, that's not for you. I wouldn't do that if I was you. You're not equipped for that. They want you to think, Pisces, that you're not knowledgeable enough to speak your own truth. They want you to think that your truth is based on something that never happened. They want to mainline this lie to you, and they would be quite all right with their lie consuming you and driving you crazy to the point where you actually start to question your own reality. See, that's what gaslighting is. People want you to question your own reality, your own truth. This is a very dangerous tactic because you can actually send somebody into a state of madness based on what? Your own ego, because you don't want to take accountability for your actions. There is a kind of depth to that level of evil that I myself personally can't even comprehend. I have dealt with this in similar situations for myself on my own path, right? It's like they would rather put you in a straitjacket and throw you away in a padded box than face the truth and take accountability for their actions. And we see this all over the world right now, right? It's happening in our own individual lives and on the world stage. We didn't do that. You did that. You're like, what? No, I didn't. You actually did it. No, you did it. We're not crazy. You're crazy. That never happened. Well, yes, it did. No, it didn't. Yes, it did. No, it didn't. And then we have Ha'a'ia, refuge. So we have Page of Swords again. So this is interesting because we're going back to the beginning of the reading here, okay, with this Page of Swords. So we go from these shadow energies, they're demons, right? So these are the energies that are showing up on the etheric plane. This is what's working in the shadows against you, okay, or trying to. And then we bridge it from demon to angel. And now you can see here, so this is the same energy here. They're now watching you, right? Having some level of success here. You're on the cover of a poster here, right? Their mouth is wrapped up with this material. They can't speak. This is you on the other side of this fear. This is telling me that you're very protected, Pisces. See, this is the thing. You got to actually step on path to be protected from the weapons that are formed against you, okay? Because the thing is, those weapons that are formed against you, the divine won't protect you from until you're on path, okay? Because it's a way to push you on path, because it's a way to motivate you to get on path. Once you're on path, you're functioning in this divine order, you're functioning inside of your purpose, then the divine protects you moving forward. What do we have at the throat? Ah, boom. Emperor Michael at the throat. Like unto God, political authority, gives safe travel and protects against conspiracies. Okay, so again, confirming that what I said about you being protected is correct. And see how for a minute it almost looked like he was holding one of those like feather pens in his hand. I can't really tell if it is or not. But whatever the case here, it's just giving me the impression that you have now put action behind all of this, right? This can be seen as like the Ace of Wands in your hand. And this also represents a Kundalini awakening, right? There's this energy of you following this very strategic plan with the divine. And this is all a part of your life's purpose. See how this person is looking a little bit aged now? So it's like this becomes a part of your life. It's a part of your purpose. It's a part of your destiny. It's a part of who you are. You know, I always say that our purpose, I feel, is really connected to the greatest struggles we've ever been through in our life. The darkness. It makes so much sense. And this was definitely the case for me. All of my greatest fears were all connected to my purpose. And when I started to go through that, that's when I really started to see success in my life. And I really feel that this is for everybody. It just shows up a little bit different for each one of us. We all have a custom-made plan just for us, okay? But it would make sense that this is the path we're supposed to go down because it's all about wisdom. It's all about evolution, right? Going through the darkness, gathering that experience, and then delivering it back to the collective in the form of wisdom to help other individuals also get through that darkness. What do we have at the third eye? Too many cards. What do we have at the third eye, please? Oh, wow. Six of Wands, Leo energy at the third eye. Sahia, God who took evil. Longevity protects against infirmities, right? So again, confirming that you're very protected here. And Six of Wands, this is an energy of victory. It's an energy of success, right? And it's like, here's this Ace of Wands again. It's like you're playing air guitar with the Ace of Wands, this energy of praise and recognition. It's an energy of some sort of award coming through from the divine. Because you answered the call, Pisces. This is what this is all about. What do we have at the crown to close this out for Pisces, please? There it is again. Wow. Page of Swords. So we have it 1, 2, 3 times here. Ha'a'ia, God the refuge, governs dreams and reveals mysteries hidden from mortals. Okay, so again, emphasizing these individuals not being able to say anything because you're stepping into your power here, right? It's like they're scared. They're watching you in this success now from afar. They can't touch you. They can't say anything. All weapons that are formed against you will not prosper, right? And see how it's like their sword is emphasized here in red. It's like they can't use it on you. This is a very profound reading, and I'm going to go ahead and leave this right here for all of you. I have nothing further to add. Pisces, this is the message I have available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you would like a personal reading, you can find all of my contact details in the description below this video. And thank you for your donations, Pisces. Take care.